Hi friends, welcome back. Now, after looking at an example of how a synchronous counter can be designed, now let us see some advantages of synchronous counters. One is the sequence can be random, that means need not be in order. Like if you are talking about asynchronous counter, it was always in order, starts with a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that, whereas any other order is not possible. There was not possible to have only odd counts or only even counts or the same counts in any other order, because the main working of a synchronous counter is just to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And if you take it q, you get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of q, if you collect from q bar, you get a down count. But with a synchronous counter, any sequence is possible, because now you are not looking at the what you say, state to state transition from row to row, whereas in one row itself you are writing what is present state, what is next state, and then defining the required excitation to get that. So that's one advantage of working with sequential synchronous sequential circuit or synchronous counter. So let's take an example and say that we start with 0 0, and instead of going to 0 1, we could go to 1 0, and instead of this, then we can go to 1 1, and after this we can go to 0 1 and back. If you are trying to work with a asynchronous counter, then after 0 it should be 1, after 1 it should be 2, after 2 it should be 3, after 3 it should be back to 0. Whereas now we are trying to say 0, then 2, then 3, then 1, then, so that's what you are trying to say. 0, after 0 you get a 2, after 2 you get a 3, after 3 you get a 1, and after 1 back to 0. So the question is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible, because the main concept of designing is writing a table A and B as our present state and A and B as our next state. And for this transition, what JA, KA, what JB, KB required are to be taken from excitation table. Okay, 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. So I would recommend to write the present state always in a sequence, because anyway you are going to write next state for every present state. So if you write this in a sequence, then entering these values into kmap will be easier, because if this is in a sequence, then you know in what order the cells have to be selected, so it becomes easier for you to enter these values into kmap. Otherwise, for every combination, you need to look and search for that cell and then keep writing. Okay, few more examples will clear this doubt. Okay, 0 0. We are here. What is next? 1 0. 0 1. Here. What is next? 0 0. So don't worry about this sequence and all that. Just look at what is present. 1 0. Yes, it is here. Who is next? 1 1. 1 1. Where is it? Here. Who is next? 0 1. Done. That's it. That's the simplest way of writing this table. So first write this in a sequence, then look at the state diagram, and then for each current state find what its next state, fill it. Once done, then look into excitation table. 0 to 0 it is 0 to 1 it is 1 don't care, 0 to 0 it is 0 don't care, 1 to 1 it is don't care 0, 1 to 0 it is don't care 1. So that is when we have compared A and A of the two present state and next state. A and A are compared and we have this. So when you compare B and B, we enter into this. 0 to 0 it is 0 don't care, 1 to 0 it is don't care 1, 0 to 1 it is 1 don't care, and 1 to 1 it is don't care 0. Done. Okay, then let me continue with our K maps. A B 0 1 0 1. For JA, if I try to write, so look at JA column 1 0 don't care 1 0 don't care, and that tells us it should be B bar. Okay, for KA, don't care 0 1 don't care 0 1. So this, so KA is equal to B. Yeah, this has changed a lot. Now getting to JB, JB 0 don't care 1 don't care 0 don't care 1 don't care. So this is the best option. So JB is equal to A. Same way for KB, if you draw, it is don't care 1 don't care 0 don't care 1 don't care 0. So it is this pair. So KA is equal to A bar, and hence the final circuit would look like this. So this is A flip flop, this is B flip flop. So the clocks are connected in unison. JA, KA, this is Q bar, JB, KB, QB, QB bar. Okay, what is required? JA should be B bar. So JA we get from B bar, and JB should be KA should be B. KA is coming from B. Done. JB is A, JB is A, and KB is A bar. JB is A, KB is A bar, and that's it. So the outputs are available. Here is A output, and here is B output. Now, when you give clock, it is going to work in this fashion. So if you want, you can just verify analyzing this circuit as we did here using the transition table. So you know the present state, then you know the expressions for JA, KA, JB, KB. Just use them and then for given JA what would happen to next state. So this is the analysis, and using the analysis, as we have seen, 0 0 means it goes to 0 1, 0 1 means it goes to 1 0, from 1 0 it goes to 1 1, from 1 1 it goes to 0 0. Same way, a similar table we can draw here and then continue. So shall we do once? Okay, let's do once and close this issue. So we have present state given by A and B. Then to analyze, I need to know what is JA, KA. I need to know what is JB, KB, and then I can find out what will be the next state A and B. So as usual, let me write this in a known sequence. Done. Now what JA is? JA is B bar. JA is B bar and KA is B and JB is A, KB is A bar. So let's just put them and see. So JA column should be same as B bar. That means B is 0. So B bar is 1. 1 means 0. 0 means 1. 1 means 0. And Ka should be same as B, so 0 1 0 1. So this is 0 1 0 1. Okay, JB is same as A, that means 0 0 1 1, and KB is same as A bar, so this is 1 1 0 0. Done. Now let's work for A flip flop. A was 0, now it is set 1 0, that means it should be set. I'm sorry, it should be set. Then this is saying 0 1, therefore it is reset. It is saying 1 0 means set, 0 1 means reset. 0 1 reset, 0 1 reset, 1 0 set, 1 0 set. Done. Okay, let's check where we ended up. Let me start with 0 0. So if we start from 0 0, I am going to 1 0. Okay, then if I start from 1 0, I am going to 1 1. And if I start from 1 1, I am going to 0 1. And if I start from 0 1, I will reach 0 0 back. Did we get same thing? Yes, of course. 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. The same sequence we got. So this is what we called analysis. We try to analyze how the circuit behaves, and this part, so from here to here whatever we did is called a design, and from here to here whatever we did is called analysis. So circuit is known, you want to know how it works, it is called analysis. You know how your circuit should work, but you don't know what circuit is required, then you need to design the circuit. So these are the two important activities we need to take up whenever we are building, or whenever we are dealing with any sequential circuit or any circuit in that matter. So if you know the characteristics, then you can design it, If you know the circuit, you can understand it. So that's designing and that's analysis. So that's it for now. Many more things to follow. Till then, take care. See you. Bye.